Hello and welcome. I've got a really good game between HuK and qxc ready for you guys. HuK is playing as the red Protoss at the lower left hand corner, and qxc will be playing as the blue Terran player at the upper right hand corner. These two players have met before on many occasions on multiple tournaments, and this is the MLG in Dallas number 10, I believe. And this is the losers bracket, so both these players are playing for keeps. If they were to lose the series, they would not be able to go on any further because they have lost to someone else already. And qxc will be building the supply depot inside of his base, whereas HuK has just recently placed down the gateway inside of his base, choosing not to wall off. It is often a mistake to wall off, especially against Terran or Protoss, because it makes it really easy for your opponent to take down the building that is right next to the edge, because they can get vision with the Marine or the Marauder or the Zealot or the Stalker. There's so many ways for them to do it, and as we follow this probe and SCV, and as they're meeting in the middle of the map, a refinery as well as the simulator is going to go down for both players pretty much simultaneously, almost identical timing at the upper left hand corner of your screen there. And it looks like qxc is going to try and look for possible proxy pylon, and HuK was very careful, and he does check the watchtowers as he was getting into the base of qxc. Once he's inside the base of qxc, he will be harassing the SCVs. The probe is one of the strongest units in terms of the harvesters because they can regenerate HP so quickly, and if we take a look inside the base of HuK, and qxc is not doing that much as he doesn't really want to engage at the moment, and HuK will be stealing 5 minerals from qxc's natural expansion. That is pretty funny. Cybernetics core is going down as well as the assimilator, and qxc does see this perfectly, and HuK is falling back as the one Marine does come out for qxc. qxc will be putting up a tech lab for his barracks, and he's also building a second set of barracks, and in the meantime, in the land of HuK, no second gateway has yet gone down, but I think it should be coming up relatively soon as the second assimilator is finished, and possibly of a stalker as well as a robotics facility. Very tricky. qxc might be able to scout this, and he will be able to see it. So this is the key to scouting, always checking out what your opponent has. And we do see a Marauder as well as concussive shell is on the way for qxc as the one stalker is going to come out. I think that HuK will be in a little bit of trouble here because qxc sees exactly what he has, and he knows he doesn't have too much. He does not have 2 gateways, and it might be problematic for that immortal, or I mean before that immortal comes out. And HuK is still flying around the map with his one probe, and qxc is also moving back and forth with his SCV, trying to figure out what kind of units his opponent is building, and he's building a bunker at the top of the ramp. This is a very, very nice try, and the Stalker does come over and start shooting at the SCV, but the SCV does manage to run away, and the bunker is unfinished, and he could cancel it, but I don't think he's going to. I think he wants to use that bunker as a distraction, as a sentry. He does cancel it, I believe. As a sentry, and an Immortal is going to be coming. The Immortal is being chrono boosted at the moment, but he can't come soon enough. This Stalker is very, very close to death as he does take it taken down, and I think these probes should probably break away because it's not too effective when there's nothing else shooting at it but just probes. And the sentry is here, but these units are too close to the ramp. Maybe he's thinking about force fielding it. He's not quite sure. He does have a couple of probes off the line right now. If we take a look at the income, a significant difference in terms of minerals because he does pull off quite a number of probes off the line to deal with this. There is one Immortal out on the field, but right outside the base there is a bunker going up along with 2 Marines and 2 Marauders. And stim pack is being researched for qxc at the moment as additional reinforcements is arriving, and it looks like qxc will be thinking about expanding as he does have almost 400 minerals in his base. A Marauder and 2 Marines does get in the bunker, and that does give them a +1 range, and HuK is in a world of hurt right now. He does finally open the second gateway. I think it might be a little bit too late, but then he is getting that observer along with some additional units. If we take a look at the army size right now, 35 versus 40, a slight advantage for the player HuK, and qxc is building his natural expansion right now, and he really wants to expand and get out of there first. And we do see 3 barracks inside the base, and observer is going to be out on the field for HuK, and I don't know if HuK sees the bunker just yet. I'm not quite sure if he have seen it because the observer went straight out, and he's going to come out here and he does see the bunker, and he's going to try to bust it. No, he's going to fall back. Very, very smart choice because the bunker is very, very tough, especially when the SCV is on auto repair. We see a Reaper coming from the north position, and he's coming inside the base. Will be able to distract HuK a little bit, and he's picking away at these probes, and one probe does go down, and nobody is charging in the ramp just yet, and Ooh, the Reaper does go down to the combined fire of the Immortal as well as the Stalker. Now with 2 Immortal, I think he's a little bit more confident. He will push out here. There's an SCV over there. He needs to take down the SCV before he starts shooting at the bunker and take down the SCV. And he does start taking down the SCV and now working on the bunker. And this Immortal is really close to death. Oh, he lost that Immortal. And 2 Guardian shields are going up, but the second Immortal is getting focus fire and will go down as well. And now it's just Sentry versus Marauders and a Marine. And it's pretty much even at the moment, but I think HuK did lose quite a bit more than qxc, but HuK is finally free to expand if he so chooses. Army count at 46 versus 43, still relatively close, but we do see a lot more attacking units for qxc than HuK has, and both players does have about the same amount of probes and SCVs, but because there is a mule, qxc does take advantage of the mule and is actually ahead in terms of the minerals. As the Nexus is up, HuK is out in the open. There's no pylon, no cannon, no gateway, nothing but a Nexus and a pylon. A scan goes off, and I think qxc is going to engage and harass here. A couple of Zealots are going to spawn, and if... Ooh, a very good force field. Does spread the unit out a little bit, but he does not manage to get to kill any of the units. And, ooh, he needs one more force field at the edge, but, ooh, those Marines and Marauders sneaking past the very, very tippy top of that force field. And he's trying, he's struggling, but the concussive shell is really, really tough to deal with for Zealots without charge. He really needs charge to deal with that more effectively, or a better use of the force field, or some sort of containment, because this is wide open space, very, very difficult to defend, as there are 4 choke points, well 3 choke points right now, and he's working on the Nexus once again as these Marines are coming in, the Marauders are also coming in, and the Immortals are doing pretty well for HuK at the moment. He does manage to hold this charge back, and there's a couple of units at the lower right hand location, very, very close to the base, that is evacuating right now, but they might turn back at any point because he does realize HuK is out in the open. He is going to come back and possibly go into the base and kill off some of these probes over here. He's actually aiming for the Nexus, going for the Nexus kill, while his HuK's opponent's forces are out in the middle of the map. HuK is going to try to defend here, but the Nexus is very low on HP. All the shields completely depleted, and a couple of probes are going to come off the line, but the probes are dying, and the Nexus is not that healthy at the moment, and HuK's force still at the middle of the map. And HuK does have an Immortal with 2 Stalkers that would drive these Marauders back. The Marauders are very weak, and we do see a second prong attack coming from the center of the map, trying to cut off these Marauders as an SCV is arriving at the scene of the crime where the Nexus is. And these Marauders might go down. One Marauder might go away, and ooh, he does go down. I think he had a choice to stem and run away, but he chose to fight instead. And the simulator is going up for HuK at the moment, as his opponent only has 2 gas, whereas HuK is thinking about grabbing a third and 4th gas income. Both players relatively the same at the moment, but HuK will be getting 2 additional gas slightly before qxc will be. And there's 2 bunkers, but they're empty bunkers. That means it will be easier for them to salvage it or get the money back from them, as additional gateways are coming online. There's 3 gateways only for HuK at the moment. He probably needs more gateway units to deal with these forces of qxc. qxc does sacrifice an SCV to see what's going on inside. He also scans to see exactly what he needs to see. He does back away a little bit from the Stalkers and Immortal force, and it looks like he's going to go to that tower. I think qxc is aware of HuK's movements. HuK might not be aware of qxc's movement, as there might be gathering over here. A Marine does run over there to see where the location of his opponent is, and he is gonna be forced back as some of the units are funneling to the right side. The south part of the base will be coming around. HuK's forces all bunched together, and I think qxc does manage to snipe one of the Immortals, and we might see a couple of infantry forces at the bottom of the base coming into the base of HuK, as these probe might go down, and in the middle there is quite a sizable battle, as some of the units are trying to go around, or maybe a little bit this micromanagement over there. A lot of the probes are dying in the natural expansion of HuK at the moment, as HuK is a little bit preoccupied at the middle of the field, and some of these probes were forced once again to come off the line, and some of them did die. Robotics Bay is coming up, so we will see some Colossus play, as both these players have 0-0 upgrades at the moment. They're working more on their army size and less so much on the upgrades, but as the game approaches the mid-game, I think these players might be better for their benefit to upgrade, and we do see a Nexus going up for HuK at the moment at the slightly east position of his natural expansion. This is also pretty easily to defend, well, I mean, comparing to the gold expansion in the middle. The army size right now at 94 versus 77, slight advantage for qxc, but I mean, I think he actually has a more of an advantage than he thinks, because he's very, very mobile so far, and he has been really effective in harassing his opponent, and HuK is trying to figure out what qxc is going to do, and he does see 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 total number of barracks being built at the moment. There is going to be Colossus. Colossus will be extremely useful, but is very easily countered by just a starport with a reactor, so we'll see how effective that is. HuK does catch these medevacs coming around, and he's going to be positioning his units to act accordingly, but there is another set of units coming down the middle of the map, and qxc does have control of both these watchtowers, so he does have pretty much map control and knowledge, and HuK does expect most of the force to be over here. He does have a couple of stalkers to try to defend over here. He does have a second Colossus coming out, and qxc's forces are coming over here simultaneously also inside the base of HuK, and we'll see that in the lower right hand corner as he's walking around, and we will see a huge battle over here. And he's coming in. 2 Colossus are going to be coming around, and if we take a look at the infantry on the mini-map near the south side, he will be coming in once again to the natural expansion. qxc is a little bit mismicroing over here, but that's okay. He's coming on the side. He's going to work on these probes. A lot of probes went down immediately, and he's now working on the Nexus. HuK's forces once again caught out of position by qxc's very, very well-timed harassment, and he will be able to take down the Nexus. Oh, that's gotta hurt. If we take a look at the resources tab right now, qxc has jumped really ahead, but this base is already up and running, and he's gonna try to grab that resource instead. But some of these probes are long distance mining. He could have these probes mined over here, but he's probably too busy trying to figure out how to deal with such harassment. There's another harassment coming from over here, and the +1 upgrade is being upgraded by qxc at the moment as qxc's forces are scattered all across the map. HuK is not able to deal with so many forces at so many different locations at the moment, and the Colossus are doing really good damage, but the Nexus goes down again, and this Nexus is not even up yet, and another Nexus has gone down. So right now we see 3 base coming up very, very soon against just 1 base Protoss, 3 base Terran. Not a very good position, not a very comfortable position for HuK at the moment. HuK is at 108 and qxc is at 120 as the forces are going back, and this Immortal is taking a couple of shots. There is a set of infantry unit coming once again into the side, and he will be able to, and HuK's main force is in the middle map. If you can see on the lower right hand corner, we'll be displaying what's happening inside the HuK's base as his main forces are going to charge across the map. The probes are dying inside of his base. Oh man, that is not good. HuK does finally decide to turn back, it looks like, and this might be too little too late as qxc is gonna be scouting and hurting HuK quite a bit here. A lot of probes are going down and dying very, very quickly to the firing of those Marauders. These Marauders more than pay for themselves, and that is a tremendous advantage for qxc at the moment. 135 versus 109, the hugest gap we've seen so far all game. A couple of SCVs are transferring, and where are they going? Oh, this is not destroyed just yet. I was like, why are they going to the gold expansion? And qxc is going to be moving over here, and HuK does spot it, but there's a huge army moving once again for qxc multitasking very well. He does have the planetary fortress. It will be pretty difficult to defend, and he does have a set of medevacs moving across the map. Even though HuK sees it, HuK is going to try to defend the gold expansion region and his natural expansions, and there's 2 medevacs over here on the left side of the minimap if you can see, and the Colossus is going to come in here. Ooh, he might get a Colossus snipe, and wow, very, very impressive micro from qxc. Very good force field, does save his 2nd and 3rd Colossus, but damage is done. The Colossus has gone down, and there's a set of medevacs coming over here. HuK is ready for it. It looks like he does have a couple of units on the side ready to fight this medevac, and these 2, 1 medevac goes down immediately, and 2nd medevac is going to go down as well. Very, very response there by HuK. He knew that was coming, and he got it right that time. HuK is coming back slightly. I think unit count is at 130 to about 113 at the moment. The resources is tremendous for qxc as he does have those mules, and both players are about even in terms of gas because qxc is building his 5th and 6th gas at the moment, and qxc is going to push again once through the middle, and there is only 1 Colossus, but there's a couple of Vikings on the field for qxc, and qxc's Viking doing a lot of damage to the Colossus, going down almost immediately. The 2nd Colossus going down to 2 waves of fire from those Vikings. Very, very well done by qxc, and HuK is going to try to push his advantage, but I don't think he's going to be able to get in here as the Marines Marauders stem up, and they're focus firing on the sentries. Sentries are dying very quickly, and the force fields are going up, but that is not helping.